Oh my God. Okay. I think it's ready to go now. Thank you, King. I don't know what the driver crash was, but it's squared away now. I hope. I hope. We'll find out in about 4 minutes. You're okay, sweetie. You're A-okay. I promise you're okay. She's upset about a number of things right now. The driver crash is not all the way it. She's kind of frustrated with the fact that it's like weird weather outside and like everything's like super active because she's been like really active right now, like super active, like the kind of active I'm like, is everything okay outside? And afraid there's like a cat outside dead or something that's like I'm afraid there's something outside that's like, hey, we're here to cause problems. I'm like, that seems weird. Calm down, please, sweetie. Yeah. Like I'm scratching my head wondering, is it just my cat or is it everybody's cat? Like, is this storm that's coming really messing with everybody's cat? Hi. Hello. I know. Hi. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, Frag. I've got a cat that's like all up in my business right now, and she's like not chilling out. And it's really stressing me out right now. All right, we've made it past 4 minutes, and I haven't reset anything yet. So, whatever it is, OBS, thanks. Thanks. You remain to be number one in my book. All right, music needs to come up a little bit. How's that for music? Is that good? We're going with the blues for a little bit tonight. Hello, love. Hey, 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 hey. How's that? Uh-huh. There we go. Okay. When it comes to the blues, it's always way. I've got to like adjust the music like way down, and I'm never sure because I'm a bad streamer and I never listen to the VODs. Good evening, Helgret. Good evening, Fox Behind the Tree. Yeah. I have that disabled for the VODs, so it's never caught as well, King. And that's part of the challenges, is I can only go by what I see on the little audio mixer, and I never know. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm too low, sometimes I feel like I'm too high, sometimes it's just okay, sometimes it's just right. Okay. Can I move all of my keyboard and stuff around? Thank you, my love. Hello. It's been a bad day, hasn't it? But we're here and we're ready to paint. Well, I need my wet palette. And I'm concerned to go get the wet palette because the last time I went to the bathroom to get the cups of water to paint, that's when everything crashed. So can I convince you to go get it? Well, stick around, Fox. It's about to get much better. Or behind the tree. I cannot call you Fox. Bad day. No, I can't. No, I can't. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. No, 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 lemon pledge. Only lemon pledge. Hi. Can I help you, sweetie? Hey-oh, Mama Ion. Hooty hoot, how goes? Everybody, Hooty's here, so let's all just, dislike the place we're at. Do you want the short answer, Fox Behind the Tree? It's really easy. It's a very simple answer. It's a very simple short answer. Emotional damage. Isn't that right, sweetie? Hi.
Emotional damage.
King Dixon Balls requests a dad joke.
We got a dad joke going too. Oh yeah. And before Hootie could redeem it, so he can't actually say ban the streamer. Because he didn't redeem it. Felt what in your soul, Helga? Hi, my love. Oh. Yeah, we're moving the camera. We're moving the camera. Yeah, we're moving the camera around a little bit. All right. Step 1. We go to Louis Live. What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? The same middle name. All right, King, this is for you. We go to cat view. Oh, it's got to get organized. Hold on. Let me lower the camera again. 1 second. Hi. What's up? What's on? We have an orange treat from King. Huh? Huh? You want the orange treat from King? We got the chicken recipe tonight. the chicken recipe tonight. Very much a torty. Very torty. Extreme torty. It's like you have Tuxedo Cat software somewhere installed as well. Because you are the noisiest, most dramatic, lovey, sweetie kitty I have ever had. Yes. I mean, cats have such an amazing personality sometimes, right? Like we always think of cats as like a standoffish animal or an animal that's independent, but they're like some of the most loyalist pack animals, kind of like dogs. Once they have their humans, they have their humans. One second, I need to adjust the camera. Okay. Unfortunately, oh, tighten that down. She is currently right under the bed. Yeah. So Echo was the first cat that I ever had in the house after I moved out and graduated from college. She was tuxedo and every bit of a love bug. Lap kitty, sat near me the entire time, would never be too far from me. Really enjoyed being nearby at all times, right? Catra is very much the same, right? Like, if she knows I'm calm, she tries to calm and she tries to get playful. Doesn't always work, but we try. Um, Catch you later, King. Be safe. Be safe. Those cotton mouth mints. Are they like the big fluffy ones? Bye. Catra thanks you, and she will be forever enjoying the toy on the ground right now. Um, I know I can figure out a way to get this camera to play nice. There you go. I am the lamest of lames, hooty hoot. Lamest of lambs, good sir. Ah, once you start, you can't not stop. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Uh, so Hootie, I did, in fact, take them out of the blister pack. So I do have two dwarves that have been washed. They just need to get put on bases. And we'll go from there. Hello, my love. How are you? You want to say hello to KT? Want to say hello to Hootie? You want to say hello to Froggenstein? Grey Wolf? Crazy Canadian Jay? Who's my sweetie? Who's a pretty kitty? Okay. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, today I got myself the guilty pleasure of a Dr. Pepper when I got my pizza. So, who doesn't, Hootie? Who doesn't? Hmm? Why do you got to judge people that want to have a good time? Too fatty. I'm on a diet. Oh, please, woman. Oh, please. We got Splooty Kitty. Yeah. Your ears feel really warm, by the way. Your ears feel really warm. Oh, yes. Nope. I think we're going to start a new rule. No negative talk in here, KT. We need to be positive at all times. Always positive. Good evening, Grand Robert. I hope you're okay. Or, it's not I hope you're okay. You are doing okay. That's what we need to say. Fuck out. What do you mean? What do you mean, Hootie? Let's be positive. If we can be the positive force of change, then guess what? We're not going to come in here upset and frustrated and angry at the world when everybody around you is going to be positive. You ain't going to bring that shit here. I will not, sir. I will not. Good evening, Kristen. How are you? There we go. If we're the force of change, then we can be the change that we want to be, Hootie. If we're always going to be negative and upset about what we are, then we're always going to be negative and upset. We can change. It just takes that positive thought. How's the rant? It's going well. It's going well, all right? It's going well. All right. I had one of those days, God damn it. Let me rant. Pop. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. I know you're quoting Deadpool there, but Fox and Friends is what's causing our issues right now. You are right. It is too soon. You are right. We will say out of bounds on that. Um, One second. One second. There you go, KT. Tech counter countdown. That's a good one. That's a good one, KT. Oh, you are right. It is hopeful. You guys see this freaking crazy maniac I'm dealing with right now? I need that Chopper 5 soundbite. Crackhead on the loose. Last seen doing crystal meth. Okay. I wanted to finish up her boots because that's kind of the last thing that I really wanted to do on her. And then I'm going to call her done. I don't really feel like taking her that much further right now. Or, like, I like the cloak where it's at. I'll let you run interference with Hootie, and you can just keep him in check. I don't have it installed yet, Hootie. I started playing Hollow Knight, though. That the horse boyfriend game? I mean, just a simple gender swap. Why not? It's the anime um well, it's the Hatsume something 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 game. It's essentially a modern day fantasy horse racing game. But they modeled all of the anime chicks. All of the girls are like all the horses are anime girls, right? But they're only cosplaying as horses, I guess you would say. But they took like all of the actual horse traits and unlike the actual horse racing games or like horse racers. Yeah. So they have uh what's that one horse? Golden something. That's a kink. Mama Lion hasn't learned a new word today. That's a kink. What's up, sweetie? Oh, good. Now Spotify is going to be a bitch. Thank you. Um, no, there was a actual famous racing horse, Hootie, that was in the uh that was actually in the uh biscuit. Why can't I use words right now? Because I need to turn off my headset and turn it back on because Spotify is like, excuse me, you're going to disconnect and reconnect because I believe um, yes. So she got her treat earlier. So hopefully she'll calm down. But she's being super, 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 super like all over the place right now because of the weather, I think. Why are we digging on my mat? Thank you. Oh my god. Why does everything feel like it's dialed to 1,000 right now? That's part of why. Um, is everything feels like it's like right now it's dialed like one notch to the right, and I don't want it to be, and I'm trying to like Russell control right now, my love. I love you. You're such a pretty kitty. Yeah. But we need it to not be. Please and thank you. Um so there was an actual I didn't read that complete based on our morning conversation, KT. I read that as something very different. Um, Hi, how are you? What's up? Can I help you? Um, can we not? Okay, we're gonna lick out of the paint water. Okay, thanks, sweetie. Um, well, you see, the thing is, I had an extra water cup out for if I wanted to play with metallic paints tonight, and now she's using it to drink out of. I haven't dipped a paintbrush in there yet, so are you okay? Are you okay? Hi, how are you? Can I help you? Do you want to sit somewhere? Thank you. Thank you. I was very appreciative of you right now, sweetie. I'm so glad that I could, spend this amount of time watching after you. Too short for braids. What's up? I know. It's really weird right now, isn't it? All right. I'm sure everybody really enjoyed you bopping the mic. Hi. Jay must not be paying attention because she didn't react to your Mew Mews. Huh? What's up? We're having a day at 1,000. Can we find a way to get it down to less than 1,000? I'll settle for 900. Can I get like 800 maybe? Hello, my love. Who's my sweetie? Yes, hello. Who's my sweet kitty? Who's my sweet kitty? Huh? Hello. Hello. Hi. How are you, gorgeous? Yes, who's my sweetie? Hmm? You usually go sit down or lay down somewhere. Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you having trouble, are you sleeping all night with me or near me? So you're active all day long? I have very dwarfish hands, Hootie. I'm a dwarf. I'm good at digging holes. Really good at digging holes. Maybe this is my feet. And maybe I'm doing feet painting. Hmm? What's up? Being super spicy this evening as well. Why are we being so spicy? I know it's because you're a tortie, but really, I would like to argue no. Hmm? Hi. 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 I'm sorry, everybody. She's doing a little mic popping. Hey, we don't do bites. Why did Nightbot delete that? Oh, because this is onlyfeet.com. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't like links. Good evening, Michael Plains Minis. Welcome in, Lion, as well. Mama Lion. Grey Wolf was kicking around somewhere as well at one point. Doing a little licky kitty cat. All right. Are you going to go rest somewhere? Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. What are we congratulating? I don't know. Is it the 3 box? Did Mama Lion solve the 3 box problem? There are 3 boxes. The blue box says that the black box is lying. The black box says that the white box is lying. Ooh, the Lying Creative has special secret news. Uh-oh. They are both lying. All right, hold on. I got this, Michael. There are 3 boxes, right? There's a blue box that says the black box is a lion. The black box says that the white box is the lion, and the blue box says that the white box is true. Which box has the gems? But you have to figure out the logic puzzle. One box. I've only done it one time, Lion. This is correct. You don't choose the one I choose so far. That is a 100% correct statement. All right. And given that it's supposed to snow on Sunday, I may do an extra long stream. I got you, Michael. When you said that, it made me think of that joke. It's been a joke between me and the Lion Creative for a while. So that's the point of the puzzle, Michael, is that there are three boxes. One statement is true, one statement is false, and one statement is an objection to the other statement. So the boxes that say one box is the lion could be true or false. So you have to understand which one is the objection or find out which one's the contradiction. It's a bad example, the one I gave, because it gave you two true statements, but it must have one boss. Yeah. Yeah. One statement is true, one is false, and then one is a contrivance or it's a it's neither false nor true. Contradiction. That's the right word. Contradiction. So it could say that, like, a gem could say that the blue box has the gems and the black box, but the black box may say that two other boxes are false, and you have to like kind of go through like a logical puzzle to figure out which one does meet that statement. Because one statement must be true and one statement must be false. Yeah. So I I had jokingly said that the blue box is a lion, the white box is a lion, and then the black box says that the white box would, Hootie, would. Or a rare dwarven element that was stolen from one of the nine realms. Because essentially, when you're in the blueprints, the nine realms is a reference to all of that stuff. So yeah, that's why we do what we do. Okay. I'm going to readjust the microphone to be a little bit more centered then, so it's more direct and hopefully not as spacey outy. Come on, sure, do things right. Um, I mean, it's technically not wrong. Why? Dwarves aren't known for using wood. If I went to a dwarf and said, I need you to make a box, it's like, okay, what kind of stone you want it made out of there, buddy? So, I mean, them using wood as a choice could be a rare element. Unless it's petrified wood, and then that's kind of a stone of its own sorts. Also, I figured out how I can make the puzzle work. I figured it out. How we can make the puzzle work, Lion. Where'd my pin go? There it is. All right. So there are 3 boxes. Black, white, blue. The blue one says, I'm a lion. White one says, I'm a lion. Black one says, the blue one is true. Or the blue one is false. I believe that would put the gems. Because you could also have double statements that says the white one is true. Which would put the gems in the black box. Maybe. That might work. That might work. I was trying to figure out how to make it work, Michael. Because what I had said earlier wasn't going to work. So if you have a blue box that says I'm a lion, a white box that says I'm a lion, and then you have to have something that gives a contradiction statement to make this true or false, right? So if it says blue is false, this statement has to be true or false. Or this statement has to be true or false, and this one has to be true or false. Yes, very much is. When I'm being super lazy, it is. So we'd say blue, I'm a lion. White, I am not a lion. And blue is false. Or we could say it's lion correctly kind of deal. Because this statement right here doesn't work logically. Because you can't have 2 true statements. So you have to have 1 true and 1 false for sure. But you can't have both. Because usually in the game, it would say the blue box has the gems or something, right? Hello, sweetie. How are you? That's why, like, the statement has to be, like, you have to be able to prove it with what's in front of you. Yeah. If you like logic puzzles, have you ever seen Clues by Sam, Michael? It's been making the rounds on Reddit a lot, and I know the creator was really happy with it. But it's a logic puzzle where you have 20 uh, you have 20 people and you have to determine innocence or guilt based on the facts that it presents you. I have a kitty right in front of me, and it's kind of hard to access uh, stuff right now. There you go, Michael. Yeah, it's a tail. So it's an interesting logic puzzle that I used to play quite frequently. Um, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but the idea is that you can only solve it with the logic that's presented to you, and I often got frustrated with it um, because it would try to say something, and then you like have to like process what it said. Yeah, King got it, Gray. King got it for before anybody. Like they were messaging me on Discord going, "Where's the cat treat, mofo? You better put the cat treat back in there or you're going to get a cat busted." And, I'm like, "Oh, I don't need the Canadian drag queen coming after me. Let me get that treat in there really quick." Hi, sweetie. Or drag king, drag king, drag king. I'm sorry, not queen, king. Sorry. Are you a drag queen, Jay? Or a drag king? I mean, yes, you are the word Canadian. That this is a correct statement. I was referring to King Dixon balls. They were, they're essentially yes. The return of Obra Dinn. I'll write that one down. What's up, my love? How are you? We doing a little tail swipey? Um, but it's that, yeah, I mean, King would do the war crimes. I mean, King's often pointed out that it's the Geneva Convention checklist. Hi, hi, hi. What are we up to? Hey, Spicy Tail. What? Okay, so we're just gonna loaf right here. Gotcha. Gotcha. We're doing a loaf. We're doing a loaf. I've been trying to paint the same pair of boots all night, but you left and then you came back and you said hello. So hello. How are you? No, 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 no. That's not for Kitty. That's just her natural coloring. That's why people confuse her for not a tortie until they get a long chance to evaluate her, because she could be a calico, but her black and yeah, very very underdone. Orange cat for the win. Hmm? How are you? Very very orange and white. Is it a very orange and white cat? Like, have you seen like, um, well, if you look at her from afar, Michael, She doesn't have the traditional tortie colors all over her. Like her side is not tortie at all because she doesn't have the tortoiseshell swirl. Her sisters did, but she does not. You know, we passed your gotcha date. You've been with me for 2 years. Getting to be a 3-year-old lady. Okay. It's a great place to clean your paws. Yep. Right here in front of me. Good job. Good job. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's all Torty. Her personality is very Torty. She's extreme Torty. Like if you look up Torty in the book, you might find her. But just from her coloring on the backside there, it's hard to see her as a Torty. Because I mean they can come in all colors and shapes, but she did not get like the full tricolor effect from like her sisters did. She got the happy little place going on right now. Good evening, Laden Rosas. How are you? It go. Hey, better than not going. Yeah, she's loafing now, ladies and gentlemen. She loaf. She go loaf. I think we're gonna call her squared away. Just need to get the room nice and black and we'll be good. We'll be lickle. Well, I need some black paint. Yeah. Because I mean, she's literally like right here. Well, you can't see where my wet palette is at. She's like hovering right to the right of it. In the air. Hanging out there. Being just a cutie patootie. Also, I want to point out how weird Dr. Pepper tastes after you haven't had it in a while. I remember those old arguments, Mama Lion, because they wouldn't let girls wear spaghetti strapped tank tops. Do I bring forth the questionable thoughts by showing off the shoulder, baby? Is that going to be our fanfic? Is that going to be a part of the fanfic, Layton, for Penny and Lexi? You're gonna call Zelly to be an adult? You might as well call KT or uh, uh, Hootie. Do you really want to be an adult, Mama Lion? Do you really want to be an adult for us? Sometimes, probably not is the wisest of decisions. I would say probably not. Probably not's probably wise. Um, I like to eat way too much pizza. Probably. You and the lion probably bringing that age down a little bit.
Lizard, lizard, lizard dot lizard, 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 lizard dot lizard.
Hootie's 11, but it's 11 in Florida years. Well, you're the one that showed up, Hootie, for pork belly. I don't keep you changing your boiler room. TG. We made it, Rosie. You are correct. We are Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. How do you want me to wink twice? Like wink, wink? Antifreeze, please don't freeze to death. All right. Rosie, me and Antifreeze live in what's called the South. We're not used to snow. We don't do snow. We're projected to get snow. It's supposed to be negative. Well, not negative. It's like 12 degrees this weekend. All right. I was joking with the guys at the meat market. I'm like, I'm pondering just getting like a set of ribs and popping a tent up so I can smoke them outside. But I went with the pot roast instead so I can put it in the crock pot. So I can still have some of my Midwest heritage. Hey, Canada, you left your door open and now Texas and Georgia are going to get cold weather. Come collect, please. And collect murder goose as well. Yeah, we're good. It's the same thing here, antifreeze. They're projecting more ice than snow for us. Um, so we'll see when it all starts coming down. And if you guys lose power, then I might not have to work on Monday. And I want to deal with a meeting. What? Trade me what? What do you want to trade me? What are you trying to bring to my deal? Exploding tree risk or what? What is an exploding tree risk? This makes no sense to me, Layden. Please clarify. And keep in mind, I'm hopped up on Dr. Pepper. I cut all my trees down, Layden, so I don't have to worry about that. And just so you're aware, Layden, I have two shirts on. All right. I have a long sleeve shirt and another long sleeve shirt. All right. I actually had to turn the ceiling fan on, Mama. I got like super hot. You know, my body's like, sir, we don't know what to do with your regulation at this time, so we're just gonna send you into overdrive. I'm like, okay. Thank you. May I have another? Well, I mean, depending on the news, wink, wink, that could explain quite a bit. Wink, wink. Hi. What's up? You want to say hello to Layden? Want to say hello to Layden? I know the Midwest mom is being weird right now. I made a joke earlier about Cool Whip and Minnesota snow, and nobody got it, so it's okay. I'll still be around. I'm just going to push the ads button because I'm waiting for them to kick in before I continue to paint. Hello! Oh, that's a big old stretchy stretch. Love you. Who's pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty, 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 kitty? Who's a pretty kitty, 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 kitty? Hey, hey, you and the lion and Layden and Smiling and all you people in your little perfect relationships come in here and talk about your lovey-dovey partners. You two get a room, all right? You guys get a room. Well, you already did, but still, you know, I only have this kitty. She's just as sweet as petitas. Yes, she is. Hmm? Hmm? You want to say hello to Mama? You want to say hi to Mama Ion? You got that super spicy tail doing the swipe left and right, sweetie. Mm-hmm. 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 Hello. You okay? Yes. Will that be streamed? I don't know, Layden. I mean, all I have is the kitty and whatever fanfic you write for me and Zelly. About the lost Texan and the lands across the sea, traveling to see Singapore, showing off a bit of his shoulder and his tank top, looking for his Warhammer painting friend. Avenged Sevenfold loving Singaporean wanted. Lizard. Welcome in, Vahu. How are you? How fares you in your streams? How fares your day? It fares well. Lizard. 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 I'm doing okay. I'm getting my energy back. I'm looking back at my cross. So you like my checkerboard, Rosie? Looks pretty even. It looks mostly even. Did me a checkerboard pattern last night. So, yeah, y'all. Went to the meat market today. Got to talk to the guys. They were busier than normal with people coming in and picking up stuff, but that's to be expected. And you started with transparent cloth. Sir, I don't want to tell you how to paint, but I would start somewhere else. Personally. Ah. I mean, that's so. My brother is a high school teacher, Mama, and we did not grow up in the nicest of areas. Um, for us, and it's only gotten worse, right? What is it? One of the recent videos I saw from like the Midwest guys is, "Why do you live here?" And someone's like, "Well, you see, our grandparents settled here at some point, and we've just been too stubborn to leave since then." That's great that it went really well, Vahu. Um, I saw you were playing Baldur's Gate 3 with, was it Chris this morning or earlier today? I can't remember. I had a large disassociation, I'll be honest. There was work, there was pizza, there was Dr. Pepper, and now there's painting. But anyway, the story that I was telling is that my brother is a high school teacher in the town we grew up in, and he started taking on a lot of the at-risk kids. Yeah, the great no, yeah, I saw all of that. I saw part of that this morning. Um, uh, but the point that I was trying to get at is that he started to take it on himself to try to help some of the lesser off people, like the kids that we know aren't going to, you know, have the greatest risk of not making it, I guess you would say. And he started like tracking a lot of stuff and trying to figure out where they're at and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, you know, I'm trying to help your kids graduate high school so they're not making the same life choices that some of, us made." And some of the parents are like, "I can't believe you're wasting my time with this." It's like, well, either you waste your time on it now or you waste your time on it when they're in prison. Pick, please. Uh, when I went back for my 10-year high school reunion, one of the people were like, "I'm correct. Congratulations on getting out." I'm like, "Okay, thank you. That seems weird." But in retrospect, it now makes sense. But I can understand your frustrations. I can perceive your frustrations, Mama. I used to date um, Fifth grade teacher. Well, she's not teaching fifth grade anymore. She was teaching something else. I think they worked her backwards so she could slide up into management. Also, is anybody reading Dresden? No spoilers. Just curious. Alright, I think she's finally calmed down a little bit. I can put my desk in a sitting position. Oh, big old stretch really quick. Holy cow. Holy moly. Holy Toledo. Artichoke is there.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I'm not sure who I know the Muffin Man is. I'm pretty sure if I ask Layden if it's a mimic, though, she may try to shoot an arrow at me. The Muffin Man lives on Drewberry Lane. I got it. How you doing tonight, Adeptus? I've had a Dr. Pepper, and apparently I'm a very hyped up individual. That's much different than normal. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Can I help you with what you want? I thought you were going to go sleep. Hi. Okay. Thank you. I need to zoom this camera out a little bit.
Catra. Johnny Jeans Minis just showed up with 7 viewers. Hope
Son
they
of
have
a
treats.
biscuit. I hate it when Discord. Oh, that's freaking annoying. Welcome in, Johnny Jean. How are you? Oh, hi, 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 hi. What you up to? What were you painting tonight? No. One second. One second. I'm having issues with locations of things. Hello, sweetie. How are you? My cat has been everywhere on my desk this evening, and she has not calmed down. I have been dialed to 1,000 as well, and I'm trying to like turn it down. Been painting and been a bit scattered, but I mean, it hasn't helped that I've been enjoying the Doctor of Peppers. So, yo, 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 Jace to Face, how are you? Sugar and caffeine with a pizza. Let's go, baby. Minus the acne. Let's rock. I put my reading glasses down. No, no, no. Good evening, Solo Terror. How are you? My cat, on the other hand, I think she could vibrate through the walls if she really wanted to. She's trying to steal my pen again because my pen is the best toy of all toys. But we finished her up. Not a lot of green on her, but there is a little bit with a limited palette. Hello! This is Borderlands, the Batasaurus Rex. Yeah. So we're painting some Borderlands stuff tonight. Well, we're trying to finish this guy. So him and excuse me, my love. How are you? This lovely figure right here are from the same board game. And him and this represent one box, and I can finish off a box and say I did a box. So I'm like, I'm gonna finish this figure up because I'm getting tired of painting it. After that, we might switch over to the Fey Dragon and see if we can wrap up some of the stuff that I've been working on her and get it squared away and done. Hi, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Thank you. Thank you. You're so helpful right now, my love. Thank you. Thank you so much. So right now it's really just trying to draw in lines, get stuff looking cleaner and making it look clean. Um, we were working on our face bit here and this piston arm assembly. I've not seen them, to be honest with you, Boogie. Uh, Good evening, Jet. How are you? Um, no, wait, I take that back. I might have seen them. Hey, can I help you? Can you not bop the mic too much, please? Thank you. Please. Thank you. Sorry for the bops on the mic. It's the kitty. Um, I think I've seen some of those, Boogie. I've not painted them. Uh, while I enjoy He-Man, I don't enjoy painting He-Man. Or at least I don't think I would. So I saw the trailer for the new movie, and I said, okay. Um, so who makes the Motu figures? Just out of curiosity. So what I would do is I would look up how people are thinking, what they think about them. So the miniature ones, where are they from? I know they make them. Are they Whiz Kids? What I would do, Boogie, is I would actually look up what people think about the sculpts and how they view them and stuff like that, and get a judge from there. So one of the things with miniature painting that is both our love and our curse is model cleanup and cleaning up models, right? So our challenges can be mold lines and all of the mold lines. I will tell you right now, I hate cleaning mold lines. Absolutely mind numbing for me, and it breaks my brain sometimes. Um, that's one of the reasons why I kind of stick with what I stick with sometimes is that I kind of know I know my quantity and I know what I'm going to get. Uh, if you give me a couple minutes, I will get something from the shelf. All right, you BRB, Johnny Jean. All right, I need to let that dry for a second. All right, so for you, Boogie. I like He-Man. This is a very He-Man inspired Skeletor. And it wasn't that bad to clean up. When I read the artwork and I saw the original Kickstarter Chimera box art for this figure, I picked it up. So they used a very inspired palette from He-Man, Masters of the Universe, for that figure. But you know, it's easy to like do it and clean it up, like this bigger piece. But then I have this beautiful model right here, which has tried to break my brain a couple of times. You can kind of see gap filling that I've had to do here in the green. Some back here, you know, it's a different kind of green in between to try to fill gaps and make it look a little bit better. This piece here nearly broke my brain completely, just from cleaning out all the flashing in between these bits. So it depends, right? That's a normal experience for chimeras to do that. So if you want to pick up Masters of the Universe, try to pick up like one or two and see what you like about it. You can find boxes of Warhammers pretty cheap sometimes, depending on where you're looking at. So if you go look for like an open box or a used box that may not have all the bits, you can try painting that and see how you like it and enjoy it. If you wanted to like go halfsies with somebody at a game store, I'm sure they would. I'm sure Rosie needs another army. What? What draws you to the enjoyment of miniature painting? I guess I should ask. Because if you like the fantasy aspect of Masters of the Universe, I would recommend Age of Sigmar for the fantasy aspect. They do have pretty figures in the Age of Sigmar range. Yeah. So resin versus plastic is really the primary challenge that is had. And as Jace has pointed out, plastic cleanup tends to be easier over resin. It's just there's so much mold slippage. So there's a variety of things that you can. So for your commissions, if you looked for something a little bit larger, like academic busts, that could be bigger than a miniature. That may help with your painting. So like welcome back, Drunkus. Right. This figure is the size of my thumb. We doing some learning. I got you. You're painting custom size things that are a little bit closer to him, right? Just with legs and stuff. Something, you know, more of the size of your hand, right? What I would look at is something closer to a half bust, is what they're called. Something like faces. Give me a second. I have examples. 1 second. I have 1,000 examples in this office. Craft people on Facebook. Whoa, Mama Ion. So this is a bust from ReaperCon that I got to do a lot of cleanup. You can kind of see how bad the gap is there at the top. There's pits and holes in some spots that may or may not be there. So there's quite a bit of cleanup that has to be done. Sculpted by Gene Van Horn. I do like Captain Fairweather. Yeah. This bust could probably teach you quite a bit about miniature painting without having to buy an expensive army box, right? You already have the paint, all you need is the figure. Or something like this beautiful figure as well. The Bard bust. Like you get just enough of like all of the face, some cloth and texture that you can build in. Yeah. So eventually what I'll do is I'll clean her up, fill in the gaps that I want to fill in. And then once I fill it all in, like her hat will sit there, but there's like a really nasty like mold line or something right there. Oh yeah. And you turn it around and you can see all 3 spots where the gates were held on. Lot of little experiences with it. Love the figure, love the bust, just haven't painted it yet. And then, you know, the joys of learning like your sub-assemblies as well.
N V N B J H J H J H H T V C K H V H C K B N B C C N B H B H G F N B.
It's normal, Mama. That's normal. Solo likes to do that. But so like this bust here, Boogie, is that it gives you a lot of opportunities to learn about different types of textures between the jackets, the ruffles, the skin tone, the bandana pieces, the filigreed arm piece here, up and down the back on the jacket and the lacing and all that stuff. Like that, a lot of miniature painting tends to come down from it, which is how does this how do I make this texture be a texture without being a texture? No. Solo tear comes in, and that's how I know they're okay. That's how I know they're okay. But she is something closer to a 3D print. And I mean, I really like the bust sometimes over miniature painting. So like a miniature paint isn't going to help. I learn a lot more from bust. You're right, there's not. So solo can be very interesting in how they do it. I saw them earlier and I knew it was on cooldown from someone else, so they had to wait to get it. But like this figure here is much larger than Piston himself. So Piston himself is, you know, your normal thumb size, or just a little bit bigger than my thumb size. Or the dragon that I have that I'll be there for a day painting that thing. Yeah. If you're asking for my recommendation, I would suggest a half bust. If you look on Etsy or various 3D printed websites, you'll find numerous of them, and they'll be relatively inexpensive in comparison to a Warhammer army. And they'll have a lot of that really nice skin that you can actually like look at and how you want to do it. Give me one more second. I can grab it really quick because I know where she's at, like right off the top of my head. Um, so for you, Boogie, this is 75 millimeter scale. And it's been almost a year since I've painted her. So her, him, we're all painted around the same time. But even at that 75 millimeter scale, you can see a difference in the faces, right? Hang out over there, please. Thank you. Or this lovely figure, where her face is really flat in comparison to most other things that I've painted. But she's a very painted figure in comparison to others that I've done. Like she's meant to be a very, 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 very white looking piece because she's a paint. She did geisha. Yeah. Um. So I will switch between different paint brands, Boogie. My typical go-to are Chimera colors. These are single pigment paints that have strong coverage. Or these are single pigment paints that are closer to artistic paints. I will use Pro Acryl. This is yellow ochre that's been used in numerous places on this figure here. I will use Reaper MSP, which was developed by Painting Big, who oddly used to be a staff painter for Citadel. So she had a lot of opinions about what paint's supposed to look like, and she's very good at what she does. I am not overly loyal to one or the other, but I will use them quite frequently. Yellow tends to be a problematic color no matter what we're doing, and it's really just about how you base coat over it. So when you have to like build up a skin tone, it can be challenging. So for her, let me zoom in on this. So this figure was painted up on a Monday. On Mondays, I mix all of my own colors. So this was just mixed from primaries, which was red, white, black, white, violet, red, blue, and green, and cold yellow. Or warm yellow, I think, is what I tend to, yeah, warm yellow is my tend to go to on that palette. And I just mixed my own colors up for it. And got the hair and all that stuff squared away. Just because I wanted to mix to understand my colors a little bit better. And I actually got more of an olive green down here, which I was really happy with. For her, this base tone was something closer to like a fuchsia or pink skin, and then I worked my way up to essentially white on her face and everywhere on her because she was a very powdered and painted white figure. You can kind of see some of the color and skin tone variations in her hand down there, which is different. But it still blows out in white no matter what I do. She was a very early piece for me. She looks nice. I'm actually really happy with her. There's a lot of things that I would do differently, but I also learned a lot just from painting this one piece. She had been on my desk for a while. He started, technically I started her first and I finished him first. Just because that took me a while to get past a lot of stuff. But it's the size of the miniature that you get, I would look at that. There's a lot of 3D printers out there nowadays. There's a lot of accessibility to stuff you want to grab or what you can get your hands on, opposed to the olden days. So you can find a lot of interesting ways to learn to paint a lot better over single Warhammer guys. Because a lot of what I paint is fantasy primarily. So I'll paint a lot of Reaper miniatures. This is Board Games Borderlands. My cat is being a frackin' psycho right now. Yeah. I've done black and white pieces every so often. Just because I could. Just to like play with the idea and utilize the absence of color to make something disturbing. Hello, my love. How are you? Huh? Okay. There you go. Hang out right there. All right. That's where we're going to lay. Is that where we're going to lay right now? Literally, that's where you're going to lay. Uh, One second. Nailed it. Borderlands. You are correct. It is. They did a Kickstarter. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. So Monster Fight Club did figures of it. I want to save that. That is an absolutely adorable photo of her right now. Taking a photo of my kitty. So I have Monster Fight Club, I have Batman, and I have Elden Ring. So Steamforged Games did the Elden Ring figures. And they did a board game for it. So I picked it up because I don't know why, but Elden Ring has held my attention in like an ADHD, I can't explain why reason, but I want it. I was like, I need it. I need it like right now. But Borderlands, they did a Kickstarter. I really liked Borderlands 2, the Borderlands prequel, Borderlands the first game, and then I also enjoyed I enjoyed 3. I didn't play 4, but you know. So I've tried to play it twice. I've tried to play it through. I always get up to Stormvale Castle, and I usually find something else that holds my attention and takes me away from the game. So I really liked Elden Ring, the playthroughs, and watching Day 9 play and Gab Smolder's playthrough. Like they were really interesting to me. So when I saw Elden Ring, the board game, coming through, I was like, okay, we'll be backing that Kickstarter. But that's also something I would say is make sure you're passionate about whatever you want to buy to paint, because it will go a long way in helping you paint. I think at one point last night when I was painting this figure, I realized what I should have done, and I'm so sad I did not do it that way. I've not played Night Rain. I I don't do many community games anymore. It looks fun. It looks really fun. It's not my cup of tea anymore. I do some airbrushing from time to time. Um, Depends what it is. I like hand brush. Don't get me wrong, airbrushing can save you a lot of time and frustration. Uh, because I have a bajillion projects going on at any one given time. I airbrush this base. Very good base. Great practice to airbrush the base and get colors going on really quick. There are some people that think that you should, like, if you wanted to airbrush quite a bit of stuff, you can. The benefit is that you get your base coats done really quick, so you can get to, arguably the more fun parts of painting, which is, oh, that piece needs to be that color. Whoops. Which is, highlighting, bringing out the details in it and stuff like that. That's why it feels so much different. I need to put some red in here. Be safe, Jay. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, give me a second. I have Nightbot turned on for aggressive links. I saw the link. Give me a second. Ba-bum. Paste. It's good. It's solid. So oh, it is so weird, some of the proportions that come from it though. Because I mean it's just the work that he has to deal with, right? Um, and the difference in like what you guys work with the repainting of the Mattel stuff can be very flat in comparison to the definitions hard painted on our stuff. So I can see the shoulder muscle change, but it's hard to pick up on anything else, right? Yeah. And that's what's causing a lot of the problems, right? Is that the skin tones, because it's such a predominant matter of painting for you guys. Like the skin tone is a majority of what the figures are, depending on which ones you're working with, right? That's kind of why I'm a little bit more on the fan of like a 75 millimeter for painting, something like that. Because the scale will be smaller, like much smaller. Like she's, you know, half a hand, right? In comparison to a full hand figure like the Mattel toys. And then from there, it's really trying to get back to your color accuracy or how much color you want to bring into it. Yeah, it's so less and more is kind of the way that it works. So I use maybe just a half of a pinky tip on my wet palette of all of these colors. Like these over here are like 1 drop or 2 drops of color. That's all I need. I think at one point Painting Big pointed out that there's 400 drops in one of these bottles. It's a lot. Um, since I've started painting in 2019, I might have gone through 3 or 4 of these bottles, and that's it. I think I started using this one because I gave away another one on accident. Yeah. Because you have to sandpaper it, get it smooth, and then you have to prime it. And then once you prime it, you have to bring it up to a proper color, and then you bring it up to the proper color, and then you have to like start going back and forth and getting how to match everything up. Because you do want to have some more accuracy towards what you guys see, right? Like you do want to be a little bit more color accurate. Thank you for the lurk, Vintage. I fare thee well. We sling the paint and we do the borderland stuff. We're just trying to get our black lining going to finish out that Borderlands kind of comic style. We'll look forward to being done with this figure. Put it in the clear coat bin, and then we'll move on to the next. I think next month I want to focus on Elden Ring just a little bit more. Friday night paint along. We got the blues going in the background. Yeah, it's always welcome to paint along, Vintage. I hope that your adventure and journey is going well and it does not glaze in ways you do not wish for it to glaze. 2 to 3 custom figure per year. Um, so I mean, it was kind of interesting to see how He-Man stayed relevant over the years, and one of the ways was through what you're doing, right? You got to stop getting distracted. What's distracting you, Mama Ion? What's got you distracted? Squirrel? Squirrel? Oh, because we might be getting to this figure tonight. So we have larger dragons, which has a lot of yellow on it. But Shimmer Scale might be making it to the cam tonight, so we can finish her up, or we'll work on Tiny Big Wars' game. We'll see. We'll see. I'm starting to feel the victory fanfare on this guy, and oh, I want it to be done. I want it to be done. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. Um, that I know is going to be a disaster. It seems weird because it seems like they're revitalizing the weirdest timeline of He-Man, which is he was sent to Earth for some reason. And it's like, why are we revitalizing this one? It seems so weird. But what do I know? Watching the Toys That Made Us on Netflix was a really interesting series because they had a section about He-Man. And I found that to be interesting. Like from the design aspect to how they stayed relevant, sort of deal. Yeah. Um, I meant to ask Rosie what she thought about the He-Man trailer. I watched it and I immediately put it out of sight. So tells me what I thought about it. Because I know they Kevin Smith redid the He-Man from the 80s, or did a continuation on the 80s in Netflix, which was a lot of fun. We got ads starting up. If you get stuck on the ad break, don't worry. We're just going to be chilling here for a few minutes. I'm going to put a couple of things up and grab my water bottle. Oh, and thank you for that follow, Nemesis.
Oh, thank you, Nemesis 269, coming in with the awesome people.
Well, when I come back from ad breaks, we got the shout out ready. We got a new friend, Katra. We got a brand new friend. You want to say hello? You want to give him the loafy? You want to give him the little blinky eyes? All I did was go downstairs and get my water cup because I forgot to bring it with me upstairs. I left the room. Therefore, she's like, "Ooh, sir, I need to inspect to make sure that you're safe." Welcome back. Welcome in, Raiders from Nupsies. What were you working on? How was your stream? Everybody on this side, go give them a follow because I will be as well. But thank you for that raid. What were you up to? Tell us. Do you have a car? I do randomly pour movie quotes here. I am Painty Paint Paints. I paint primarily fantasy and board game kind of stuff. I was having a lovely conversation with Boogie Pop about the new He-Man movie that will be surfacing soon. And kind of the joys of, well, the different aspects of it. So Kevin Smith redid that one. It was all right. There's parts of it that it wasn't He-Man. It wasn't He-Man. It was good, but it wasn't He-Man. Chaos Cultist. You just saw my Chaos Cultist walk across. We have the cult of fuzzy tails and long paws here, or fuzzy paws and long tails. Wow. Wow. Hello. Okay. Hello. Yeah, there were some not right choices with that comment with that series. I was just like, okay, whatever. Like we watched it, I'm like, all right. I mean, it's He-Man, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's just like, okay. Uh, if you have any art tax that you want to pay, I will gladly accept it. I will need to give you a permit, so give me a heads up. Or if you send an Instagram link, it should go through pretty quickly. Or it should go through. I do not have that set up as a block. Or that doesn't have a. Jesus freaking Christ, painting. Stop for a moment. Take a sip of water. Rinse your brush out. Mm. Water. Delicious. Oh, I forgot that is an actual rule in He-Man. Nobody dies. Nobody dies. But people died. You are correct. Yeah. But welcome in. Chaos Cultist. That sounds like fun. Whip, 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 whip. There's whip. I love Chaos Cultist. Like, I kind of like the weirdness of the poses in Warhammer. Do you mind if I share it? That's not the thing I wanted you to do. I wanted you to do this. Open a browser. Thank you. Okay. I always ask. I've had weird days, my friend. I have had weird days. All right. Sources. It's been a while since I've done this. Give me a second, please. So that's the Chaos Cultist that our good friend Nemesis was working on. Whoa, zoom out. I like the colors of them. One of them looks like it has pink on it, which I thought was fun. Like this guy's wearing like a pink something. Necrons can be fun to paint because they're easy to paint and they're consistent. They're a great horde army. These guys are the Chaos Cultists from, I forget which one. But they, you know, is this an actual kit bash? Yeah. Like that one instantly stood out to me as like this one. It's this one. This one's the problem child. They're legit kits. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't do many Warhammer painting on the stream. I'm primarily fantasy board games and stuff like that. So I always enjoy seeing the Warhammer paints. One day I will paint a Sister of Army, Sister of Battle kill team, but not for a while. Looks beautiful. Love the work. Thank you for sharing. This is our Batasaurus Rex that we're working on that's nearly complete. We're just trying to get our black lines in so it looks consistent. Kind of finished her up a little bit tonight. I needed to finish up something on the boots. I need to get a black rim on the base. About a year ago, I was wrapping her up. So we do several different types of painting here. We're painty amorous. Paint amorous. We will mix up between lo-fi and not lo-fi, and right now we got the blues going. But that would also be another good kit, Boogie, if you want like skin tone and variations of things, would be the Chaos Cultist. But Necrons can be fun because they're simple and they're easy to paint. So easy to paint. Different little techniques. Could be a little bit fiddly, but that would still be a good fun paint. Be a fun paint. And thank you for bringing your raiders in. It means a lot. Um, so eBay could be your friend. I know there's other miniature reselling websites out there as well. Um, Sometimes when people don't want things anymore or they don't want stuff from a specific box, they can get rid of it. It's great ways to pick up different aspects of learning. I wish I had thought about that a little bit earlier in my painting adventures. Uh, Casey from eBay Miniature Rescues does it that way. He'll buy a lot of like random lots of boxes, strip the miniatures, and repaint them. Or he'll take a commission on and salvage something, sort of deal. Sometimes he buys new, sometimes he doesn't, or he'll find like new used things on eBay. Jace, be safe. Sleep well, my Nomi. Um, you may not get everything you want, but you may get the things that help you understand what you do and do not like. And that I'm going to be different than most people, which is paint the thing and you'll learn to get better. When you start painting, like the hardest step is picking out something that sings to you to paint, right? Like I saw the Borderlands and I'm like, I want to paint the Borderlands because I like Borderlands. This is what I do. I paint Borderlands. I paint what I want. When you paint what you want, you're going to enjoy it so much faster and it's going to be a very enjoyable experience. I have painted this guy for way too long and I want to be done painting this guy. Therefore, we will finish painting him and we will call him done. And wherever he gets, may be where he gets, and it's like, guess what? I'm done painting this thing. Uh, is it correct? Yeah. Is it good enough for me? Yes. How you doing tonight, Jeff? It's been a while since I've been seeing you in my side of the world. That's good to have a path forward. Painted a base for 1/6 scale statue of Loki, the first of 20 gods. Excellent. I have been active as well, continuously painting. With paints, I need to be painting all the time. I took a bronze at ReaperCon for my first out for Puss in Boots. Um, It was fun. I will re-enter a painting competition this year, and this year I will make sure to get feedback from the judges. Ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Duality pieces are always interesting. Like, I've done, oh, I got a box out because I wanted to show you another box. Okay, all right. But the Raiders came in and I got sidetracked because that's what I do. All right. While I wait for that to dry for a second. I also painted up Batman. So I've completed the first box, which is the base board game. So they look fun. There's some things though I don't really like, but they're definitely a cup of tea for some things. Yeah, but it's when you said the duality piece, it reminded me of Two-Face. Like I didn't even paint under his arm. Yeah. When you said that, that's what I thought of immediately. It's kind of like a Two-Face idea. Those ideas work really well. Or they're really fun to have. Just because it's like a different thing. It's not the same. Odin, Thor, Loki, Hela, and then Anubis. Aztec goddess, followed by 14 Olympians, all. I could see that. I could see that a lot. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to play with resin. But I do have epoxy pours planned, or an epoxy pour, I guess, sort of planned, which is I'm just going to go in and go for it. I have a handful of ideas. But it sucks that the resin didn't work. It's probably going to be Deadpool. All right, I'm feeling. How much more do I really want to do on this? Which series are they not going to continue on Netflix? It's a very common theme for them, so asking for clarity. Mindhunter. I cannot watch it. Oh. This was a bust from from Mama Lion's partner, the Lion Creative. Um, you can kind of see how easy it is for the skin tones to be picked up. And how much difference that black and white makes, and how much variation we had in her. I don't know how many times I repainted it. It was a few. But this is the piece that won me silver. He is good at sculpting. I will concur with your thoughts on that, Mama. This is the piece that got me bronze at ReaperCon. It made the entire audience do an awe, therefore it counts as a massive win. Welcome back, Jet. So a number of people had an OBS hissy fit today. It just wasn't me. And this is like the final season, isn't it, Mama Lion? Landman. I thought it was ending. I don't like that. Because didn't it take a longer hiatus before it came back? Give me a second. Give me 1 second. There you go. Drop a link. That will be chill. I whitelisted Instagram and Twitch, I think. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Instagram's fine. That's beautiful. I love that figure. That is a proper Saturday morning. Like, it took all of the ideas of Saturday night and meshed them together and created that. That's beautiful. Because, I mean, I grew up watching those Saturday morning cartoons. Inspector Gadget, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Although that was more of a primetime one than it was a morning one. But it did make its way to the morning. With Bebop and Rocksteady and all of that joy. Jails. Yep. All right. I need to do something for these treads. And we're just going to be lazy and we're going to do metallic paint and a wash because I can't be Volvo with it. Where are you at, big brush? I need a big brush and I cannot lie. That's why I brought you up. So have you seen like the really big ones that they made? Where they do the self-robot transformation ones? Yeah. There's a part of me that says I'm an adult and I can buy those. And then there's a part of me that looks at the cost and says, you don't need it that bad. Yeah. Those are absolutely stunning. Um, from the voice activation aspects to the actual transforming aspects and how it transforms to feel very movie like, it's very different. Um, it shows how much love went into building it, and then I believe the cost reflects it as well. That it is a lot of fun. Um, and it just goes to show how much something like that is. As you respect the people will buy it, right? The technology is like absolutely crazy for it. To get it to motorize and move that way is impressive. Wow, that's impressive. I didn't realize it was that many. I knew it was a lot, but that's ooh. Because I know what's his name, Jordan, had issues with his and it broke or something, and they sent him like something, and they made it right. It just stopped working on him or something, and they sent him a brand new one. So I know the company stands behind what they do. Yeah. Um, like they didn't have to, and I think he posted about how awesome they were for it, and I was like, oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Okay. Or just one piece at a time. No, I want to Agrex. I want to normally. Oh, I will use normal oil from time to time. I don't think as many as, so it was a nostalgia thing. I know that. Like I saw Optimus and I was like, I want to buy that. But I don't think they sold as many as I thought they would. I think their sales kind of didn't do as well as they always thought they would. So, but they've stayed in enough business that they were able to buy and build out the rest of them. So, I guess that would be the answer: is enough bought it. I mean, I never cared for Starscream, but I can understand why they have to do it. Yeah. Yeah. For the metallics of these guys, I'm not really overly caring about stuff, so I'm just slapping some Nuln oil on it and calling it a day. It's just to tamp it down to not take away from everything else. Ian. I know it's rare for me to use. It's really rare, but I just don't. I've really lost a lot of my interest in painting this guy right now, and I'm just trying to push it to the finish line that I feel comfortable with. And that's not the right color. How you doing tonight, Ian? I hope you're doing. You are doing excellent. We are going to positively be thinkers today. We will force the positivity. Oh yes, I know Pez dispensers. One of the guys that was teaching at ReaperCon likes to hold a competition for painting the best Pez dispenser. So you can take a Pez dispenser, prime it, and paint it, and repaint it is apparently a thing. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So I have like a Star Trek series downstairs that I've never opened up. It's like, okay. I'll need some Nuln oil on these tires now. Now that it's dried. Get them nice and grungies. I need them to be grungies. That's actually kind of cool. Thought it was Darth Vader. All right. I think I'm done with him. I don't want to mess with him anymore. I really don't. Fill up that side. Oh, I need to get that squared away. I remember Mask. The cars that would transform sometimes into different things. Or not different things. They would shift gear, like they would like pop up and have like, oh, that's kind of fun. So are they going to redo like a TV series or something with it? No. Yeah. I get the idea of the toy rerun, but it's kind of funny. Like as I was mentioning earlier, the Toys That Made Us TV series on Netflix has that section for He-Man and Lego, and essentially Lego was going out of business, and it was Harry Potter and Star Wars that saved them, but it couldn't save them from like the bajillion bad decisions that they made. So Lego was struggling. Jet, be safe. Thank you for hanging out. Rest well. Um, they oh my god, that was a TV show that was so confused nobody knew what was going on. I'm talking about the Thundercats reboot that uh, Cartoon Network tried to do with Thundercats, and it just like missed every mark known to man, and you didn't know you could miss marks with that until that show. Um, so Cartoon Network got the rights to Thundercats. They got the rights to a couple of other shows as well, and they all had varying success with them. Um, Thundercats wasn't bad. It just missed a mark. Like, the story departure was too much apparently for people, and they just didn't like it. And I was like, it wasn't that bad. It was interesting at times. I just wouldn't call it like good, you know. Um, um, like I actually kind of wanted to watch more of it. Thank you for that stretch, Jay. Because I was actually kind of enjoying like what they were trying to rewrite the story with. Like the Netflix She-Ra rewrite was actually really good. Um, the Voltron one was really good. It's just the Thundercats one that Cartoon Network did. They didn't know what they were doing with it, and they missed a lot of marks really quick. No, I really like the Netflix She-Ra. That and Voltron was good. I liked both of them. They were all fun. It's just you could kind of tell something was wrong because Netflix didn't know how to work in the greater universe, or if there was going to be a greater universe with She-Ra. Yeah, yeah. The Castlevania series on Netflix was amazing. Love that series. It is one of the coolest that I remember watching in recent days. Um, I remember watching it with my former partner, and at one point, the guy comes out and he goes, "I'm going to get laid tonight," and she goes, "That's a Warren Ellis line right there, if I've ever heard one." Because she actually pointed out to me, she's like, "Uh-oh, should we be concerned?" Um, Warren Ellis got in trouble, and we didn't know what was going to happen with him in Castlevania. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Thank you for the follow. Um, on Crunchyroll right now, just because I like that series. And One Piece, I finally managed to catch up and finish it. So we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Jujutsu Kaisen, yes. It's not a bad show. Like, I really like that anime. Like, I really, really, really like that anime. All right, so first things first, I need to organize my paints. Hell's Paradise, the second season's a prequel. Or am I missing something? No. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Ian. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you can skip that. So you have the Shibuya incident. You have the series in between. You're talking about the arc that comes after the Shibuya incident. because they kind of go back in time and explain some of the stuff that they did in the Shibuya incident, right? With Gojo and why things are kind of the way they are. That's that sort of deal. That's what you're talking about, yeah. My thoughts on it are, I watched it and I was like, I'm confused, but I don't care because I'm done watching it. Like, I get it, but it doesn't do like a really good job of explaining why we should care about stuff that's going on with it, right? But I mean, you could, yeah. Oh, that was just pure dark oak, or was it? I think I had something darker in there. Yes, I know the Samurai Champloo series. Wasn't my favorite. Um, I so I like anime just because it's easy for me to watch because they tend to be 30-minute episodes. I disabled my Netflix account some time ago just because it was worth. I wanted to not be watching TV as much as I have been. So the easiest thing to do is to break up with the Netflix and the Disney Pluses and the Paramount Pluses, um, which is sad because um, uh, I really like Star Trek, but I'm like, I can't watch you right now because you take away from other things that I want to be doing. So, but I like 30-minute TV episodes more so these days because I can usually watch it with dinner, be done with it, and move on. And I feel content. All right. So I want to focus on his blue scales. Um, and it's just personal for that kind of stuff. And it's like, I want to be at my desk painting, or I want to do something that I can feel productive at something. Because sometimes watching a TV show is not always the best thing for me. I've watched MASH, I don't know how many times, and it's a good show. It's just, I'm like, I really want to do something different these days. Or I want to be busy. So I tend not to turn on the TV at all. Or if I do, I try to watch it on my tablet. Yeah. I didn't really ever watch Naruto. I remember Afro Samurai. Samurai Jack was a fun one on Cartoon Network. I'm trying to get this blue to pop out. Um, One Piece is it's a good background noise show. Uh, the original, so the Netflix series is, I guess, okay, and it's following pretty good. It's been hitting a lot of things. It just now that they switched over to a normal anime arc, it'll be a lot easier for people to get into the series, but also have a lot less filler in it. Because there was a lot of filler in the Elbath arc, or not the Elbath arc, but the Egghead Island arc, and it would help. It would help with the story pacing a little bit because you can kind of tell when they're like running out of time. It's like okay. Mm-hmm. I remember that anime. I used to watch it back in the day. I watched it back in the day. We got ads break starting up. I'm here. I just yeah. So did I fully finish? Yeah. Oh man, MTV when it had all kinds of different programming on there. Could it be more confused? Yes, yes it could. Yeah, but Elfin Lied wasn't. It was not a nice anime. It wasn't one of your happy-go-lucky animes. It was very much the opposite. Ghost in the Shell, yeah, that can be a very disappointing series. The movies were a lot better. Because the TV series was trying to explore the conversation that they wanted to about metaphysical environments. It is a fun opening. Yeah, that's what I want to do with it. Skip Attack on the Titan. Death Note is fun from like a mystery thriller point of view. But Attack on the Titan, I really didn't like that. I did not care for Attack on the Titan. I watched like the first season of it or the first two seasons of it. I'm like, I'm not watching this crap again. Like I tried to get into it. I'm like, I can't. Is that your Bruno, Jay? Is that your Bruno? I mean, so Attack on the Titan, the concept was fun. The story of it was just just weird, right? Like, there's parts that you're like, oh, this seems really fun. Here's an episode. Okay. Everything has a plot hole. Like, literally everything. And they're like, did I just watch like 3 episodes of backstory for this character where they said they're not going to do the thing that they're just going to do? And we're going to praise it? Okay, sure. Like, I want to see a Attack on the Titan abridged, right? And be like, why does she keep eating me? Oh, maybe because you're delicious. Oh, I'm going to have to go find that now, Ian. One Punch Man is just a goofy, fun show. Like, I loved the first season of it, but never watched past that, and I'm okay with that. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Jay, was the original that I found ever heard of it as. And it's just, them taking the 30 episodes and making it a 15-minute short or something. And Vegeta just slamming his fist on the ground. Why is he keep kicking me in the dick? But I just want an Attack on the Titan abridged just to see how far off I was with the goofiness of the lore. I don't talk about Bruno. No, no, no. Berserk is going to be very intense, by the way. Make sure you go in knowing it's going to be intense. And it's all going to be intense. There's never a chill moment. Miyazaki, the writer of Elden Ring, or one of the people of Elden Ring, really loved Berserk. So he would often put Guts' sword in the anime or in the video games for Souls and Elden Ring. Aren't you supposed to be playing Phasmophobia, Jay? Ah, you haven't gotten the signal. You haven't gotten the signal that Gondor calls for aid. Bow, wow, wow. I've watched some of the Ghibli films. They are fun. I have been known to listen to Ghibli playlist on stream. I'm not against them. They're sweet and innocent films that are amazing. Uh, The Boy and the Herring, or The Boy and the Last Herring, or something. I'll be honest, I haven't kept up with a lot of the movie scenes. Like, I only know about He Man because everybody was talking about it and wouldn't shut up. Um, but like Ghibli films and all that, he's been kind of eclectic for the most part. Keeps them under wraps until you see them like pop out, and you're like, oh, okay, this happened, I guess. So, Princess Mononoke was really one of the earlier versions of the movies that popped over for us. That kind of helped bring the widespread to us all. And then everybody kind of falls from the rabbit footfall from there. We're down the rabbit hole. Wow, my English is really great tonight. Oh, give me a second. I have not hung these in my office yet. I was walking around Dragon Con and found these, which are Studio Ghibli inspired um, things. Yeah. I just haven't made it in my office yet, or hung up on the office yet. I was walking around a vendor booth and saw them. I was like, yoink. And I was like, okay. So it was like, can we do anything else for you? I'm like, no, you took all my lunch money. Thank you for that follow. MX Danny Down. This means a line of something. None of them aged all that well, honestly. That's part of the problem. Some stuff from the '90s aged pretty well, but outside of that, no. Like it can be really hard to go back and watch a lot of that stuff. It's like, this is rough. Like like there's even some shows it's hard to watch that were more current than that, and it's just like, yeah. So like, well, Briscoe and what was his name? The one with the horse, where they had space cowboys. Marshall Bravestar, yeah, did not age well. It didn't age well when it aired, and it was bad then. Like you didn't realize how bad it was until after you like got done with it, and you're like, man, that horse was a dick. Yeah. I mean, some of those old cartoons, they just, even for being products of their time, you can't believe that we watched it. And that's what's so hard about it sometimes. Like, we can go back and rewatch the old, like, stand up comedy. It's just, nah, not jamming. What's up, Norm? Gargoyles did. But Gargoyles was a very different show when it was written. Um, it didn't suffer from a lot of the old tropes, right? Like Eliza was a really strong character. Goliath was interesting. The villains weren't your normal run of the mill villains. Um, and it wasn't, yeah, it had a lot more deepness to it, right? Like it went unexpectedly hard and you never realized it. Same is said for Avatar a lot. When that show was first written and came out, is that, um, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibe, but it was very serious. The old, not the old, but like the oh, son of a biscuit, I lost my train of thought. But like the '90s didn't have a lot of the like a lot of those cartoons were trying to break away from the tropes. And some places see where it works. So like Avatar: The Last Airbender was a really great show, and everybody loved it. Right? Like if you found somebody that didn't like Avatar, you're like, what planet are you from, and how did you screw this up? Right? Oh yeah, the Spider-Man cartoon series was amazing. All right, that is actually ready to be glued down. Batman the Animated Series is why I bought that board game. So um, it is the guiding light for me on some things, right? Um, yeah. So that board game that I bought, Boogie, was from IDW, and they did a Kickstarter for it, and they had to fight with Warner Brothers a little bit on the series, just because they didn't want the pieces being too close. So the idea of that board game is that you actually replayed the TV series from start to end. So the first, I guess, episode um, of that board game is actually Upon Leather Wings, where you meet Man-Bat for the first time. So it's essentially the series before it got really weird. Like so the TV series had always been kind of I like Batman. I'm going to be honest. I like it a lot. Batman had always been a um, when they were making the series, they were trying to make the series as agnostic as they could, because they did not want it to be locked in a specific time, to be stuck in a specific thought process of how characters should be, right? Um, I'm just trying to make sure that the glue sticks before I start painting too much of it or moving around it, because I got to do a lot of this yellow underneath. Um, okay. Or we're just going to let him hang out like that for a while, and I'm going to let him cure. Actually, that blue would be good for these guys. Yeah. So to answer that question, Boogie, if you can get access to the USA Netflix, there's a show called The Toys That Made Us. And the original story of He-Man, I kid you not when I say this, is that they wanted him to be a yeah. The original creators of He-Man were basing it off of like Conan and the Conan, right? So he was meant to be a wandering barbarian. Yeah. Yep. So when they brought out so when they started making a cartoon, they changed it. And He-Man now was a fun-loving, go-lucky character that had family, um, and all that jazz. All right. I thought I had the energy to continue painting tonight. I'm running out of things. Yeah. Oh, they're going all right. I'm just running out of steam right now. I managed to finish a couple of things. So we did good. So eh. I'm like my stomach's like you way overate your dinner, dude. Um so we'll come back to it tomorrow. Because I really wanted to continue working on shimmer scale, but I want to make sure that the super glue sits before I really start flipping them around too much. Because it's just, yeah. But we will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be painting with our good friend Smiling Beagle and Laden Roses. We're going to find us a good little raid target. Yep. It is absolutely insane how all of that stuff changed. All right. Because we did not rate him last time, we're going to rate him this time. We're going to go say hello to our good friend Wicked Minis. It looks like he's painting a salamander. So I would like to say thank you for everybody that came in. Thank you for all of the new follows. Thank you for being all of the awesome people. Thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. Stay warm in case you're in a place that's cold. And be awesome.